And we start with a shuffled start screen.
Oh, and it's near Vanilla 1.
And we do know that level 1... Oh, we got a blackout!
We got blackout, and we have... I can't tell if this is shapes or not.
That is a possibility. That is level 1.
It could be 1.
If that's level 1, this could be... It could be very interesting because you're next going to see these guys go to start, see if there's a sword available. After that, I bet they make a race for level 9 immediately. Oh, we have this is swordless! This is swordless, guys.
So with non-zero HP, there's a level underneath Vanilla 3.
Yep, Jam's is going to peek his head inside. I think he more wanted to see if this was a second quest overworld or not, because he wants to get some bombs now. Both of these runners want to get bombs, because they want to find where level 9 is. They want to get into 9 and guarantee themselves entry into 9. See if we have the Triforce required. Oh, that's a nice small secret of 59. I don't think we have a shuffled overworld.
I don't think we do either. And with 59 being the large secret, that's going to make money a little bit tight if they need to buy anything.
So again, the next thing is buy bombs, get into 9.
Indeed. Let's see, it looks like Jam has some bombs, which are the blue potions. That confirms shuffled enemy HP.
Yeah, well, that's a tough setup too. But also, if level 9 is open at this moment, they'll have access to the sword.
Which is going to be absolutely fantastic for both players, given this is a non-zero HP seed.
And I guess what we'll do now is wait to see what Jam does when he gets into level 9. Is this an open 9? We're going to find out in just a moment.
Well, first he's got to get past this bomb wall.
Alright, here we go. Into the door. Is the old man blocking? Oh, it's an open 9!
It is not! And we have shapes.
Oh, yes, we do, too. So we have a blackout open 9, which means this could be a very fast seed here. Question is Ganon required?
I'm actually hoping he is. What is that we have there?
Oh,
that's
we
a
have
compass.
A compass! Second room in!
Well, this is going to be pretty quick unless Ganon's required.
But Jam has used up 2 of his bombs to find nothing.
And because it's a non-shuffled overworld, there isn't necessarily a bomb shop close to level 9.
Ooh, Jam is out of his bombs. He's going to retry. Good decision by him.
Not a bad idea at all.
And Fred making his way over to level 9 as well, about to find out the information that Jam had already found out. But you can't
burn the rock. Nope, unfortunately.
So again, we're wanting to now find out if Ganon is required. If he is required, the search continues. Because we need to find a bow. We need to find some silver arrows.
And who knows what we're going to need to find those two.
Fred out, picking his way over to the right-hand side. He doesn't know the information that Jam does. Jam with a head start here in this level 9 about where the girl is located.
I would expect Jam to re-pick up the compass here pretty soon.
I wouldn't be surprised, but he wants to find some bomb walls that actually work for him.
Well, first he's got to dodge this Patra, and it's not playing friendly.
And so far, it looks like the only way to progress in the seed is to go through this room that has the likes and the Zols. Because right now, there doesn't seem to be a way around it.
To answer the question of why the bomb door appears if you leave and re-enter the dungeon, the overworld and dungeon screens are kind of linked, in that whatever direction you enter the overworld screen on that contains the dungeon, what'll happen is the game will assume you entered the dungeon from that side, and if it would put you through, say, a locked door or a bombable wall, it will automatically open that wall for you.
Fred trying to time himself so that he can get out this door and save his progress and try it again. Jam at least has it down to the 2 likes and 1 of the Zols, but I think Fred's got the advantage in regards to what he's got tackled in this room.
Well, keep in mind that unless he knocks the Zols out with a bomb, they will always respawn.
Ooh, yeah, you are right. So this is going to be a blind look to see where they are. He does get one of them tackled, but the problem is this room is just not going to play nice.
And I think for both of these players, it might be worth considering going and looking for maybe another weapon, maybe a ranged weapon to help deal with these Alsum if they feel they need it.
Yeah, because that's the one thing you gotta also remember is that a key component of this kind of run is when is level 9 the right time to be playing around in here, especially now that we know this is a Wizrobe set. Jams through.
He gets through the door, and he's
through.
And is rewarded with death.
Death! Very badly timed death. Fred's gotta be careful himself. No!
Well, I don't think either of them has a lead at this point.
Because they both have to go back into this room.
Yep. And the Zols will respawn.
The Zols. Yep.
Maybe, thankfully, maybe not. They won't ever have to deal with the likes again.
So what would be your strategy going through this room in this position that these two are in?
I think what I'd do is I'd go through it again to look through that staircase. And if I took maybe 1 or 2 more deaths, I'd probably leave 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fire's not going down in a bomb.
That is bad news for everyone involved.
And oh well, that didn't take him a whole great distance.
Oh, okay, the Wizard shoot maps. That's cool.
Maybe you always wanted a Wizard to throw a map at you?
I mean, if it actually gave me the map, that'd be fine, but no, it just kills me.
That's what Wizards do. They kill people.
Well, it
Both of
looks
these
like
guys going on similar routes.
Yep. Well, it looks like from these drops, we do not have shuffled drop groups. And ooh, blue land mollas with wood sword and 3 hearts.
Yeah, if I'm Fred, I find another way around. I mean, Jam's got the advantage of having the beam sword. Fred does not. These things deal 2 hearts damage.
Oh, and a good use of the
And
mechanics.
Jam through there first. 2 rooms away.
Oh, this could be over in just a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Unless it's Zelda only enterable from the south and the shoot room is blocking the way into her. That would be crazy.
That's why Jam. Yeah, that's why Jam's taking this route here. And that is a no.
See?
But a bomb. No.
Nope. But he knows another way to get in. Potentially.
Yeah, he's gonna try to do his best. Fred is just trying to be careful with his life at this point. And Jam, no, can't go north.
Let's see.
Fred to the north here uses up a bomb, and that's no good.
And there's a river room.
Alright, Jam's gonna go to the room to the north here. Yeah, this will tell us a lot. It's an open door. But Jam died!
Oh no! Right in front of Zelda. Oh man. So Jam knows the path, he's just gotta get back there. Fred doesn't know it yet, but the race is just about done.
Yep.
A zero-item seed,
Fred
pretty much.
leaving that dungeon. With Fred leaving that dungeon there, he is gonna have to deal with those likes again.
Well, at least he can see the likes, so there is that working in his favor.
You're right, that is definitely an advantage right here, but still, the songs are very, very annoying. But the likes can be annoying too.
Oh yeah. Especially if one of them decides they like Link for a snack.
Mmm, tasty Link.
Oh, now what if Zelda's in the Chevy room, like somebody... who is it in chat that's pointing that out?
Chevy room.
Somebody in chat's pointing out that Zelda could be in the Chevy room. 8gen is the one that's pointing that out. And that would be great.
She can't be in the T room. We know she can't be in the T room because you would have to be able to access her from the south, and we already have eliminated that possibility.
Indeed. I personally want it to be the vertical shoot room, and you have to enter from the north.
Yeah. I think it would be a very good idea. Oh, Jam clearing out the Zalls by bombs. That is going to make things a whole lot easier for him.
Yep. Fred is still taking retries to get into 9.
Yeah, he wants to...
This is interesting.
Yeah, he wants to go in with the best setup possible. But here's the question. Are we going to see these guys do a game 2 immediately if Jam ends up finishing this off very fast?
I would only think so just because of how quick the seed has been, but that's going to be up to them, not up to us.
Jam is just a few rooms away. He's going to try to do his best to tackle this room with the Moldurns, or rather Lammolas. The Lammolas here, very, very painful. If I was Jam and I gonna say, if I'm Jam and I get bumped off here, I might want to think about leaving and going to the one taken, you know, that is in Monocle Rock, and getting a potion.
Definitely possible, but it looks like he is going to get the Landmolas down using the mechanic where if you kill one of them, both of them die.
Fred is going to do that mechanic right now, but Jam here just a couple of rooms away, trying to tackle off this NSU room.
And he's got to come to the north, and as long as he doesn't get sniped by the Landmolas.
Yeah, he's hoping to get a clear room. Here he goes into the room.
Here we go.
And oh, ladder blocked!
The ladder is required, maybe.
No, it is required. There's no way around it.
Wait, are we sure that none of those walls are bombable?
Well, they might be able to bomb from the left or the north, but you know you can't bomb from the south.
Oh, this is just great.
And the race continues.
Well, now Jam is on the hunt for the ladder, and he has 9 dungeons to look through, because it could also be a 9.
That is correct, with an open 9. But they have sword, they could use it. This ain't swordless no more. Fred's picking up the ladder. I mean, it's not guaranteed that the ladder was required. There could have been ways around, but I don't think Jam with 0 bombs had any chance of trying to get around that Lammola.
So, now he should know its shapes, and he knows he's missing a ladder. I imagine he's going to search 1 and 8 immediately.
Absolutely. Best 2 spots to go to. Fred picking up the 59 secret. We find... Oh, the wand in level 1.
Well, that's definitely helpful. As it'll give him a permanent ranged weapon, it'll make it easier to take out the Zals, and it has white sword damage.
Probably the order that these guys would go is 1, then 2, then 8. And especially considering the fact that 2 could be a Gria set. We haven't seen anything that shows us any other way. And I like Fred's strategy here, but could it come to be that the items he is looking for is in 9?
Could it come to be that the latter is the white sword item and Fred is able to pick it up because he got the heart containers?
Well, that's interesting. He's making that push for it. Yes, no. Well, he's heading that direction.
If the latter is the white sword item, then Fred doesn't know it, but he does have an advantage now.
Oh, yeah. And we know items are shuffled.
That bomb price.
They don't come cheap tonight.
That is correct. Caves are not shuffled.
White sword is... Well,
Bombs.
It's the white sword. Bombs.
And it's 6 hearts.
Oh, he'll definitely get a permanent ranged weapon via the wand in here. Just interesting decision that he's going back in here. Or he's going in here.
Okay, so it looks like the Armos item was the power bracelet. Thank you for chat for helping us out with that.
Oh, Fred might have a key problem in this dungeon. We don't know for certain.
I know Jam came in here with 4 keys. I don't know how many Fred came
he's
in
gonna
with.
get a key in this room.
Okay.
We do know most enemies because those staff bosses are not throwing swords at Fred. And there's Fred. He's gonna get this wand. He doesn't know what the wand is until now. And that will make him a happy Fred.
Indeed. Jam's gonna go ahead and get some money real quick. Looks like our medium secret is 27 rupees, so money is gonna be pretty tight.
So what we thought was going to be a 15-minute seed is now taking a little bit longer than that after we found out about the ladder block in 9.
Yeah, it's like, here's everything? Yeah, no. Play a little bit more. We got a whole game here.
38 and 87 rupees are the prices of the potions. That 87's a ripoff.
Yeah, you definitely want the 2 blues. Although I didn't know somebody took the potions and replaced them with Fireball.
Fireball. Jam did not explore other rooms. He was out of bombs.
If the ladder's in 9 and Fred finds it, that's gonna be absolutely huge for him.
Game, set, and match if that is the case. Now, Fred coming in here with a wand is very good news, especially considering the fact that now with a ranged weapon, he can easily take care of this first room.
Interesting that Jam hasn't been going into dungeons.
Yeah, he's gonna check this white sword item. He's gonna be disappointed to find that they're bombs.
And 6-heart bombs is never fun.
Now, if I'm Fred, I up and A here. Good. Oh, no. He's not doing that. Okay, I was going to say up and A here because what that would do, well, he dies. But because he finished off that room completely with the Zals and the likes, he does not have to worry about that room again as long as he stays in this dungeon. Oh, we find the candle on Jam's end.
I think he just bought a candle that he already had.
Well, he purchased one. He did not have the candle before, I don't think, because he purchased bombs earlier.
Oh, he had to, because it's swordless. So he would have gotten one out of the wood sword cave.
Oh, yes, right. Duh. Wait a second. Why did he buy 2 candles then?
Potion stacking? 2 blue candles like his red?
I think he's just channeling his interpersonal, well, that guy who gets referenced in the game a lot.
Yes.
Jam in another dungeon. Fred's back in 9.
Jam's actually back in 1. Looks like he's gonna hunt for item 2.
Wouldn't that be something if the item number 2 is the ladder?
That would be. You know what would also be interesting and potentially cruel to our players is if the second way to get to Zelda is blocked by Ganon.
I like the way you think. Just a reminder for people just tuning in, this is the final 4 flags. In this setup here, you have the potential of an early level 9 because of the open 9 flag could be turned on. The other possibility here is that you end up getting a setup where a Holy Grail blocks 9. In this case, it turned out to be... Oh, Fred better get out of the way. It turned out to be that level 9 was open.
Yes. Level 9 open, but Zelda is blocked by the ladder.
That we know of. Now, Fred's going to try to get around it. Oh, this is the second item.
What is it?
Can't get there from the left.
It's
we already found that out. Oh, the bow found. Well, that's actually a very nice find, though, in the event that we find out that's... you have to go through Ganon to get to her from a different direction.
Indeed.
Again, we're trying to find out what is confirmed at this point. Fred does have potions.
Now, interesting to note that Fred passed through a diamond staircase.
I think he's got one thing in mind right now, and that is getting into her room.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be careful in this room, though. And he dies.
Oh. I like the way this...
level 2.
This is definitely the right call at this point, given his health situation. And wood sword, low bombs isn't necessarily the way you want to go in fighting wizards. Plus 2's items is usually pretty easy.
We do also see that the enemies have been shuffled, because 2 does have a Darknut set.
So that's good to know for later on if we find, say, a wizard set in level 7. They're probably not going to dig that anyway, but...
But seeing what Fred just saw, he knows that the access to Zelda's room is open. Something's got to be going through his mind, and Chad is pointing that out right now. Is that, could it be that something else is blocking her? And he's got to be thinking that at this point. I mean, there's definitely got to be some thought process going through here at this point. And he's trying to dance around these whiz ropes. Oh no! Again! Dead!
Or death. That's what this whole seed seems to be. Death of hope, death of players, death of lives, death of ladder.
And he's got potions too. And I know he doesn't want to use it with the 5 hearts, but he might need to.
I think think it's not so much that he's not wanting to use it with 5 hearts. I think he's wanting to try to save it for if the Ganon fight's required later on. Or if he finds himself deep in a dungeon in an item room.
Well, I think finding out what's going on with Zelda here and why Jam hasn't finished should be right near the top of the list at this point, in my opinion.
I would imagine so. But he might also be thinking he has the wand, if he can get to the Land Dweller's room, he has a relatively consistent way to deal with them.
Absolutely. So back into this room he goes, and the Wizrobes do not want to play nice. When do they ever want to play nice?
When you're dead.
Well, pretty much. And there goes Fred. He's going to use his potion here.
I agree with this potion use. This close to Zelda.
Too. You're on the path to getting to her. You need to find out what's going on. You need that information right now.
Now, what'll be interesting is if Fred sees the ladder and goes back to that diamond staircase room immediately, instead of noping on out of 9.
He gets into the room, and he's going to find out that it's ladder blocked. And Fred will be doing his signature, "You son of a monkey."
Yep.
And he can't go to the north.
So, right now we're looking at ladder, magic staircase, or magic bomb wall.
It's a possibility.
Well,
but there's that diamond staircase you were mentioning that's got Wizrobes in it.
Yeah. There's that, and there was a shutter door that neither of them went through.
So we got some information here. We just know Zelda is accessible to the first person who has the ladder. But where can this ladder be?
So if you're either of these runners, do you try to search 9 for a way around, or just go into every dungeon that's quick to find that ladder?
I think at this point, I actually don't mind doing what these guys are doing, and it's just trying to find every single dungeon you possibly can until you find a hint that says otherwise. And we haven't seen any hints whatsoever.
I think I personally would try to clear out that one Wizrobe room to get into that diamond staircase, and if that didn't have anything, then go dungeon hunting. Because that would bother me.
I agree with you. And no, Jam has got to be in level 8, not 2. Because Fred's in 2, he's in the dark. He's in a Guria set.
No, I think they're in the same level.
No, well, never mind. What am I missing?
Jam might have briefly been in level 8 earlier.
Never mind. I don't know what I speak of. I'm just watching 2 screens, just trying to figure out what these guys are up to. Jam is giving up on this level 2.
Because if he knows its shapes, then he knows 8 is going to be gigantic.
Oh! You know what I just thought of? What if that other flag we haven't even seen come into play yet is turned on, where second quest doors are on?
Oh, that would be very exciting to see.
Because it's a possibility that you could actually walk through a wall to get to her. We do find an item.
It's the raft!
Oh, it's the raft.
Not the ladder.
But that's going to take Fred over to level 4.
Both of these are wizard dungeons normally, so we could be in for some magical zapping.
Zzzt.
I much prefer the Majora's Mask Wizrobes.
Either them or the ones you see in Link to the Past.
That is true.
Far
Those are
less
also
worse than these are.
Yes.
Fred pushing some blocks, hoping that one of them pushes open for him. It doesn't.
Jam doing the same.
I believe that was a
remembering that.
I believe that was a room drop at 2, so it wasn't going to have one.
I thought. Oh, well, there's something. That's a map.
Hey, name that ink blot. That looks like a bar graph.
It looks like one of those really weird building shapes where it's super angular.
Hey, Dig Duggar really only likes all kind of music.
I don't know. I've heard he's not a big fan of thrash metal.
Oh, that's a new one. I've heard it's about rap music. Jam's trying to clear out this room because it's a double block room.
Yep. Oh! Snipes to get the heart.
The rule of thumb is any dungeons that Jam gets a map in, it's going to be a cactus. He hasn't found one yet, so this one is a bar graph.
My guess is that the item that Jam is going to find is either going to be the ladder or the magical boomerang, because it's guarded by 6 blue wizards.
I have a feeling that Fred doesn't like this room that he's in. It's a Chevy room.
Oh, that's no fun.
He can't get around it.
So at this point, neither of our players are going to want to pick up a Triforce unless they need the health refill.
That is correct.
Jam making relatively quick work here.
Because at this point in time, the most important aspect is the item itself. Jam clears out the room and he finds it is a push wall. Or a push block, and it's to the other side of level 6.
Oh, poor Jam. And super keys.
And Fred in this... Oh, that's not a nice room to come out when you have Wizards firing at you.
And with no bombs, and not really a good way to check the walls, there's not much you can do there.
Now, hopefully Fred remembers his...
You know, I think... Oh, well, that was an interesting hint on Fred's side. We have mixed hints.
What kind of hint was that?
It was Dig Duggar Gazes by the Lost Hills.
Which we already knew. But it's good to see that that's the case, because you might get a good hint at some point in time. Well, that's a Goma. Ooh. Could be interesting. And Fred dies.
Now, that actually gives Fred the information that because we have mixed hints, he may want to consider purchasing hints if he finds a hint shot to try to get some information about where the ladder may or may not be.
And we know where those hint shots would be. One is in the waterfall, the other one is in the southwest corner. Could be a very valuable purchase at this point in this race.
And given the waterfall's relatively close proximity to the start, he may decide to just go there and then take a retry to get his money back.
Absolutely. Both these guys are searching really tough dungeons to be going through.
Yes, and to answer the question in chat, Deathfest happens whenever players can't see what's going on. And
Fred found the room he wants to be in. Here, the item in 4. Well, it's shaped like the bow.
That is a wooden boomerang.
That's the wooden boomerang.
Yep. Not what he needed.
It's a C, not a D.
So we have... Man, what happened to the power bracelet to get it so blue and moldy?
It's been underneath a rock for years.
Yeah, but I'm just curious, has the mold got under the rocks? I understand how it's aged. Just mold under rocks is weird.
Well, you gotta remember, it's not always dry in Hyrule.
It's true. I don't know what the weather patterns are like. Could very well be monsoon season.
It may look like bright and sunny when Link's romping through Hyrule, but I guarantee you it's gotta rain at some point in time in this world. Fred's back in 1. He's gonna find the bow soon.
That'll actually be good for him if he decides to go ahead and purchase arrows.
We should have known that that was the bow by the way the gorillas were chucking them. That's right.
Yep. Jam is going to continue exploring 6, hoping to find something of use to him.
Yeah, the problem with level 6 is that 6 is a long dungeon in shapes. It is one of the the biggest dungeon in 6, even worse than 7, and only has 1 item.
So, given that it's shapes, as soon as they find the recorder, I could see both players just digging into 7, knowing that it's smaller than usual.
Well, here is one thing that these guys should both try doing. At some point in time, going to be to both of the hint shops and trying to see if one of these guys makes a mention where this so-called ladder could be.
And we're hearing from chat that it's...
Red ring-looking item is the item in 6. It is the red ring!
We're hearing from chat that that's actually 5.
Or, yeah, level 5, rather. I guess Jam noped out of 6, and he went over to 5, which was a darkness, so that is correct.
Now, what's the red ring?
The red ring is the red ring in this case, and it helps make your defense a whole lot stronger, which means Jam can now withstand those Wizrobe rooms.
I would think to go back and check a little bit more of 9 with that defense upgrade.
I would too, but I have a feeling he's gonna go back towards 6, so maybe he's gonna buy some bombs first.
Gonna buy bombs. I would almost think to buy arrows while I'm here, if he's gonna go for that Goma room.
Well, here Jam is gonna be heading back to level 9. I think he feels that he has got enough defense that he can actually search through this thing and maybe try to find a way around that Fred hasn't. Or find out, oh look! The item that you're looking for is in this dungeon.
Ganon blocks the ladder. That should be a thing.
So just a reminder for people who are coming in here, this is game 1 of 3 between these guys. All the final 4 matches in the championship will be a best of 3 format. And what we are looking at in this case here is an open 9. Triforces doesn't matter. You can go right straight into 9. This started off as a swordless seed. I gave them a candle right at the start, but with an open 9, they had easy access to the wood sword. Zelda is in a room that has a vertical river, which is blocking them from winning this game at this point. But we don't know if there's a workaround it.
You know, both players just skipped that room to the left of the staircase that leads to Zelda. What if that contains the ladder?
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Because this is also a possibility. Important items can be in level 9.
Although we can rule out the bow, power bracelet, and raft as far as important items in 9 goes, so we have only 2 left.
Fine. Let's eliminate possibilities.
I'm saying if important items in 9 is on, there's actually a better chance of ladder.
That patch room is a staircase, by the way.
Looks like Jam's gonna go for Dead Patra.
Yeah, he wants to get him cleared out so he can try to block clip or push the block or something, or just grab the key. Yeah, it looks like he's just grabbed the key, but that is a diamond staircase.
That's 2 now. And here's a reverse C.
Yeah, he's just... Right now, it looks like what all Jam's doing is trying to find a workaround. And hey, Chevy!
It's like level 9 is saying, please, go get the ladder. I'll be waiting.
I think it's time for him... Well, he's trying to avoid combat as much as possible. So,
He'll probably...
now, Jam, heading on over to the left. He's got a way to go up.
Nope,
but he
I
can't.
think he's ladder
blocked.
Looking at his map, there's one way to go up that he hasn't taken yet.
My goodness, this is a ladder block city.
This is what you guys wanted, right?
Oh, I thought he had it. I thought Jam just had the block clip, but he doesn't.
I think he's trying to bait the patch over to the other side. He got it this time.
Got it. He got it. Now, if this is over in the northwest corner, he's got something here, but he doesn't. He pops up over in the northeast corner.
Well, it took him north. He's got that going for him.
Yeah, but it's definitely... Oh, walk through wall!
Ooh. That's gigantic for Jam.
And he found Ganon.
In the river room, no less. Or
Yep, the moat room. He's trying to find any way out of this room. He's able to escape. He's got a half a heart.
Oh.
And more health.
But now he can't see any of the doors.
Yeah, he's in an SU room right now. Clears on out. Now he can definitely not see anything that's in front of him.
Was this originally what Blackout was like?
Yeah. And Jam's down to one more hit. If he gets bonked, I think he's dead, but he finds himself in a room with fires, gets a key. I think... No, this is not the room I thought it was. Alright, he's 2 rooms north of Zelda. Can he go down?
Oh.
He does. He has a chance, perhaps, if this is a wall. Does this go through? It does! And Jam's gonna win game 1!
And look at that. GG to JamEvil. We have...
with a official SRL time of 42:52.
For an open 9, that is actually a longer time than I was expecting. And ladder not required after all.
That is correct. But what if it turned out to be that you could walk through the wall to head to the north? I don't know. I think they did try to get it, but I'm not 100% certain. But what do you think, Isolated, won this race for JamEviler?
I think Jam is going to be keeping much closer watch of walkthrough walls from this point forward. And I think he's not going to take open 9 for granted. Neither player will at this point.
All right, JamEviler, congratulations on your win.
Open 9, huh?
Open 9. Hi, Zelda.
Yeah, that was
across the river to get to her.
Right. I spent a lot of time looking for a ladder and just getting equipped along the way. So I figured once I was equipped enough, once I had enough hearts, finding that red ring was definitely the clincher. I'm like, cool. Now I can go explore level 9. Now I can go see if there's another path to Zelda. And I luckily found one. Thankfully, I found one because that ladder was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we haven't seen it on either of your ends just yet.
So how about that walk-through wall?
It caught me off guard. I was checking the whole scene. If you didn't tell, I was running into walls, checking the whole scene. I'm like, man, this just feels like there's walk-through walls. I haven't seen one yet, but this feels like there's something up. So I did it in 9 there at the last time, and it just walked through, and I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me! I was freaking out. But yeah, that was something. All right.
Yeah, both of you guys tried to make your path through level 9, and then you gave up just a little bit. Fred returned sooner than you did when he got the wand out of 1. But then he found out what you found out about the ladder block to get to her through the open door.
Yes, more ladder blocks. There was ladder blocks all over the place in almost every level, which tells me that there's either a walkthrough wall that I missed, or that most of the levels are ladder blocked, and you're gonna have to find like a recorder to get into level 7 to find the ladder. Something crazy like that.
Or the possibility, which we still don't know, the ladder could have very well been in 9.
It could very well have been a 9, and that's why I went in there. Finding the red ring, like I said, was the clincher that made me want to go back into 9 to search for either of the items or another path to Zelda. I was really hoping for that other path to Zelda, and it showed up. Wow, when you go into Ganon's room in a blackout seed, it makes everything even more blacked out. And I had to deal with that for the last few rooms on a half a heart, and I was about to walk into the fire at Zelda. I don't know if you saw that, but I stopped for the last second, swung my sword, and finished it up without dying.
Yeah, good idea. You were down to your last hit too, because you were still at a half a heart when you got bodied by one of the likes.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember thinking this was going to be like a 10-minute seed.
It could have been. It could very well have been. And there was nothing blocking you from going through the rest of level 9 and grinding it out, or getting lucky and going through Ganon's room and going south there and actually finding the way. Those were just hard rooms to do, especially on 3 or 4 hearts and and no ring, no defense.
So you're preparing for this seed here. You were doing anything that this game wanted to hand you for the final 4 flags. How does this compare to what would be your dream setup for the flags, given the fact that you had a overworld that gave you where everything was, because it was a first quest overworld unshuffled and such?
I love these flags. I think they're great, and you can see just how volatile they can be. You know, needing one specific item to navigate through the rest of a level is very, very, very challenging, but fun at times. I was actually hoping for making random or making important items drops. I was looking for, to see some items, especially on Sprite Shuffle. That would have been crazy. Trying to figure out what I was picking up, but unfortunately we didn't have that. And I did a practice seed that was very similar to this with the Open 9. Swordless plus Open 9 is probably one of the best, because for the tournament at least, because you can go pick up that sword right away. So that I bought an extra candle. I forgot. I wanted to highlight that. I bought a second candle. I know what I did. As soon as I did it, I knew exactly what it is. I was like, man, I need a candle. I should go get one. And I'm totally forgetting that I had gotten one first thing in the seed because I had the sword. I wasn't even thinking about it.
They don't stack like potions do.
Nope. No, it doesn't make a red, unfortunately.
Oh, that was hilarious. We did notice that. Especially chat noticed that.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. I wanted to call myself out on it before it was brought up.
Chat was trying to refer to this as the moment brought to you by another player. Once again, we're not naming names.
No, Jake Ober likes to get 2 candles too. We've both.
Now, Jam wants to go ahead and name them. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, we've both done it on multiple occasions, so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes you have a little minor brain lapse, and it didn't cost me the raise, so that's not a big deal.
So, non-shuffled overworld caves, I imagine, helped immensely in terms of finding, 9, among other things.
Yeah, no, it's good to know where everything is. The only thing that was shuffled were the shop items and prices, and the random money amounts. The big secrets were pretty cheap, 50-something rupees. Not good enough. Definitely not good enough. So there was no option for me to buy a blue ring. I wasn't going to go get the arrows, which might be needed for one of those levels. There was a Goma in it somewhere, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So, but yeah, that's my big kicker is at least having enough money to purchase bombs. If I didn't have that, that would have definitely wrecked my world.
So with this, you now are 3 wins away from claiming the championship.
Oh,
A 1-0 series lead over Fred. What kind of things are you going to look forward to in Game 2?
Well, it doesn't get any easier from here. I'm really going to have to buckle down, especially if another situation like this pops up. As you see, perseverance is what's going to win seeds like this most of the time. You don't necessarily need to get that ladder if you just persevere through level 9. There's 2 ways to play it: safe and hard and fast. And I don't know what I'm gonna choose next time. I think I have the flexibility now, being 1 game up on Fred, to go hard and fast as opposed to trying to play it safe. So that's what I expect out of my performance in the next match here.
So,
looks
how
like
weird
Fred
is it?
ended up buying arrows, by the way.
He's
What
gonna
about
pick-
arrows? Oh, Fred has arrows. Good. Yeah, for the Goma. That's exactly what I was talking about right there.
Yep. They're
Love
bombs.
Bomb arrows.
Ah. So how weird is it to go through a Zelda run and never pick up a single Triforce?
Oh, not weird at all. As long as you don't have the magical Tootie Flute, it really doesn't help you out on an open 9. I don't need to fast travel anywhere, so no magical Tootie Flute, no Triforce. Not a big deal.
And Fred finds the red ring out of level 5.
Ah.
I'm guessing he's going to go back to 9 with that, now that he has some defense.
Yeah, he's probably going to play this out like, oh no. Is he going to level 6?
Maybe? Because Jam took the same route going over to the graveyard shop first.
Yeah, I wanted to purchase a few bombs. I wanted to at least top myself off before going in. There was no guarantee that I was going to get a drop on the way, and I had the money.
Well, it looks like Fred is going to level 6.
I mean, it definitely was a good thing that you picked up the red ring, because, again, we figured once you went into 9, it was because you, at that point, had the confidence that you needed in order to go through 9, endure the Wiz Robes. That's the magic sword, Fred. You can't pick that up with 6 hearts.
You can try, though. He could sure as heck try. And he does.
The magic bombs.
That's awesome. Alright, well, I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll let you guys do your commentation thing. And when Fred pops in, we'll have a little discussion. And I'll be right back.
Absolutely. All right, well, Fred here back at level 6. And to answer the question, it's a swordless seed, Jay Coper, so it's bombs. Which was nice, but having did half of that swordless aspect to the seed, didn't it?
Not really. As soon as they both saw it was an open eye, it's like, well, I guess it's just a wood sword seed.
Right, it negated the effects of that open, or rather the swordless aspect of it.
Except for the free candle.
Yeah, the extra candle. I bet Jam would love to get a refund for that purchase.
But what would he spend the money
Timely
on?
heart pick up there for Fred.
Indeed. But he still has to be careful with these blue wish robes. Ah, there he goes.
He gets it taken care of. Now, just want to remind people, because they might be tuning in here, what you are looking at is a sprite shuffled set here. That means the items have been shuffled around. Like, for instance, the bombs are potions, blue potions.
Who replaced my potion with nitro? The wand is a white sword that shoots out maps. Let's see, the wood sword is a power bracelet.
Rhea grumbles by a lake.
Did we ever find the item here in level 6, 5, whatever Fred's in?
6. I don't think so. Jam opted to get on out of here. And Fred's gotta be careful. And he
I bet you
finds
this is the
not a room that's gonna do anything good for him. This room right here, the likes could be something, or no, it's not. It's got a drop in it.
Yeah.
Hey, name that ink blot.
Spaceship with a tuber?
It's not a good answer.
Yeah, you're right. I'm saying spaceship with a tumor.
It's a better answer.
I'm just gonna call it a cactus.
This is a cactus?
It's a sideways cactus.
Okay, I'll give you that. Now, is this an Arizona cactus or a California cactus?
In California, it's not branching enough to be an Arizona cactus.
I wonder if Fred has thought about perhaps trying to walk into a wall. Because I don't know if he knows if that aspect's been turned on here. And if there was one walk-through wall in level 9, that means there are potential walk-through walls here in this level 6.
I don't think he's aware of it yet, I haven't seen him deliberately try it yet.
Could that be the broken weather vane from Link to the Past?
Yes. The remains of Swagduck's tomb.
The unfortunate Swagduck. He was the swaggiest duck too, you know.
He was.
Fred hoping to get bombs, he didn't get any. I really hope he just thinks out of the blue here just to try to walk into a wall.
Well, at that point, it would basically be the same as vanilla Zelda 1 mechanics. Hey, you're stumped, just walk into a wall and see what happens.
Yeah. But he ups and days and he will go back to start. I think he's going to try to do some shopping. We don't even know if Boomstick is... I know what Fred's doing. He's now at 6 on the count, so he's trying to get to the blue. Count with another chance for a bomb drop.
Either that
There
or
he
you could
goes.
just try to... Yeah, you could also try to force a bomb here.
But when you have 0 bombs, you have to get the RNG bomb.
Oh, that's right. Because it requires a bomb kill to get the force bomb.
That is correct. Now, again, what if it is a magic walk-through wall that is blocking you from the item?
That would be fantabulous.
That would be correct, Lost Cards Band. Nobody has picked up a single Triforce this run. Level 9 was an open 9. This was a Swordless Seed. This was Sprite Shuffle. And as you can see, this was also Blackout.
And Zelda is semi-ladder blocked. No, Laws. Ganon was not required. Although, I think you had to pass through his room if you didn't want to get the ladder.
Yeah, unless there was a work around it too. And there was a walk-through wall too that he had to go through to get there.
Let's see what Fred does.
Bombs, he has a new possibility in this dungeon.
What do we find? Likes.
We find pancakes. Everyone's favorite thing to find when you go visit the International House of Hyrulean Pancakes.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I am actually not a big fan of IHOP's pancakes.
Who does it better?
I'm trying to think here. I haven't had pancakes in a while, so
Think
forgive me
carefully.
if I can't-
I was going to say, think carefully about this answer because we're going to try to get Feasibly sponsorship here with speed gaming.
I'm gonna say go to a local restaurant near you that specializes in breakfast foods.
Go visit your local diner.
Exactly. They'll probably have better pancakes. Also, Waffle House is decent pancakes. There's a Waffle House nearby, and sometimes I get their pancakes, and it's like,
Disclaimer, at this point in time, the stream is not sponsored by it.
we're not sponsored by anti-IHOP.
I must say I've never been to a Waffle House. Only driven by them.
So, we potentially have an item room? I can't tell. It's dark.
There's another possibility, and I haven't seen any yet come into play. We could have second quest rooms, but I haven't seen one come into play yet.
I'd like to see Fred light one of these rooms up.
Via bomb,
Yes.
and we find out, nope,
That's a river
he
room.
ain't gonna be able to do anything with that room.
What is happening is Blackout, Sprite Shuffle, Semi-Swordless, Open 9, Open Zelda, Ladder, and or Walkthrough Walls required.
Fred has too much pride in himself. He wants to finish this thing off. And there's a drop in that room. We already knew it wasn't going to be a staircase because that's the double river room.
Yep. Fred is with no Triforces because it was an Open 9. So technically they don't need Triforces, but
I just illuminated them because Jam was done.
yeah. He technically,
He grabbed none either.
you know, technically he gave Zelda a Triforce without ever having picked up a single one of them. So, I mean, he had to have one from somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, he must have borrowed one.
Probably borrowed one from Ganon.
Oh, that's what he was doing in that moat room. The thing is, with Fred right at this point, I don't think he's ever going to come to the realization that the ladder was now not required, because if he does get the ladder, he's going right back to 9 and going back across the river that way.
Yep. Going straight to the girl. What if he's gonna try to walk through this wall if it doesn't bomb?
There he goes, and it is a walk-through wall.
Now he knows, but it's just a bomb drop. But well, let's push him to go back to 9.
Thinking. It might get him thinking to try a few more walk-through walls.
He can finally start thinking with portals.
But he can't walk through that wall.
Nope. He's gonna try
And
to
he
bomb
can
it.
bomb through it, though.
Has he tried to push that double block?
And this is a shutter door, so no.
Well, not this room. The room he was just in with the pancakes.
So where could this thing be? Now, Fred is in a room that I think could be a staircase. It is a staircase. information for the win. And it is the ladder!
There it is!
That is the ladder!
And level 6.
Off to level 9 he goes.
So now he will get his girl, and then they can.
Now Fred going back into 9. This will be a fast path for him. He's just got to make himself through, I believe, 1 required room, and probably will to take a couple more rooms and tear things out because, well, Lemolas stink.
Yep. But at least he has Red Ring.
And don't forget, this is only game 1 of a best of 3 series between these guys. Game 2 will be coming up at a later time. The winner moves on to the championship, where they'll face off against the winner of the Dragon Dark versus Crystal Saber series. That should be a lot of fun.
I think all of these races from this point forward are going to be a lot of fun.
They definitely
Hopefully
will
for
be.
the runners as much as the viewers. The championship. That'll be good. Is he trying to clip? He is trying to clip.
Yeah, he's trying to clip because that's the diagonal block room.
Ah. There's a diagonal staircase that did not hold anything, it seems.
It could have still had something in there that maybe it had the silvers. We don't know. Fred trying to get rid of
Could have
the
had.
traffic in here.
Could have had the recorder.
Could have. Fred deciding, oh, walk through walls. I'm going to push my face into there and see if that's what ended up happening earlier this seed.
Unfortunately not. And he has no potion. He just has a blue flute.
Yep. He's just got to clear out this one room here. Take care of business. Be careful against this Lamola. Body 1 hit.
Looks like he's.
Get through the door. Cross the river, and Fred will finish.
We have an official time of 1:07:44.
And how about a G for both of our runners?
That was a very interesting race. 2 completely different strategies to go about it.
Am found the red ring a lot sooner and felt more comfortable trying to see if there was another way around to getting to Zelda. Where Fred just kept searching for the ladder, and that ended up coming into play, and, well, they really ended up being the difference between both of these runners.
It looks like we have Fred here in the commentator's booth with us.
Hello, Fred.
Hello.
So, as Jama has already pointed out to you in the IRC, ladder was not required as there's another path to get to her, but you continued searching off, and how about that level 6?
Oh, what a fun level. If I'd realized earlier
Where
that that
Fred
one
just
room
kept
had
searching
been a
for the
staircase
ladder,
instead of something else,
and
then maybe I would have had an infinitely small fighting chance there, but I don't think I even got to that room until well after Jam had done
Looks
that.
like we have Fred here in the
My combat
commentator's
tonight
booth with
was
us.
horrendous, so...
Hello, Fred. Well, on both ends, the combat was really tough, especially considering the fact that both of you guys dared go into 9 with very few hearts.
You have to take that risk, especially with the fact that you don't know if Zelda's forced. I mean, she wasn't forced here, just, oh, look, there's a river blocking you. And at that point, really, from what I was seeing, the only other way would have been possibly a very, very windy path or taking a staircase or two that got me lucky. And I figured if I had the path to her, I might as well, instead of trying to wander through a Wizrobe infested 9 with a wood sword, and I'm not great at combat against Wizrobes with wood sword, as you guys saw a couple of times in level 6 there. So I said I might as well try to get that ladder, because at least there I have a path to Zelda without a problem.
So, you found that level 9 was open. Well, first of all, you found that the overworld was your basic first quest overworld, nothing shuffled.
Yep, saw level 1, said, okay, let me go check and see if sword's there. If sword's there, I'm going to assume it's not shuffled. Once I discovered it was the candle instead of a sword, was like, okay, let's at least get to 9 and pray that this is an open level 9, so that way I don't have to play swordless. Got the bomb drop. Okay, good. We're in. Started to explore, discovered just how ugly that place was, and eventually, after way too many attempts at that, decided I needed to do something else. So that's when I went into 1, found Wand, went back into 9, looked around. There's Zelda eventually. Now I just need to go try to find a ladder. I was hoping it'd be a fast one.
Well, it could have possibly have been, but it turned out to be quite the path in order to get to her. And how about those walk through walls?
Yeah, I was not exactly expecting that. If I realized that maybe the level 9 would have been a little bit different. I mean, there wasn't the direct path into her room. I'm not sure if there was an indirect path that involved walking through walls, but was not quite expecting that.
Yeah, according to Jam, he did attempt to go through some of the walls and found out, nope, they do not go where we need them to go. Well, once again, as we pointed out earlier, this is a best of 3 series. Jam takes the 1-0 lead. Your thoughts heading into game 2?
Just going to have to play aggressive. Jam's an incredibly tough opponent. See here, him managing to pull this one off. So I just got to play really well in the second race and hope I get lucky enough that things happen to fall in my favor.
You guys have heard enough of me, so I'm going to turn it on over to Isolated. Go ahead and ask Fred some of your questions.
So, it looked like you weren't trying the walls to see if they were walkthrough up until you were in 6. Was it something that just slipped your mind, or was it just more so there's not a superbly likely chance of this being on?
I think I was just hoping it wasn't on. The thought really didn't cross my mind too much until I tried bombing into that one room in 6 from both sides. I figured when I couldn't bomb in to the left or from its right, whatever it is, I figured it was probably like the corridor staircase. And then I did the check from the top and discovered, oh wait, I can't get in here either. And then all of a sudden the thing clicked. I was like, oh. And yeah, that's when I said, okay, maybe I should start checking that. But again, at that point, the hope was that the ladder was in 6. If it wasn't there, the only other thing it could have technically been nothing, because the important items could have been in 9. But I said, let me at least, if that flag isn't checked, then I can at least, it'll either be ladder or it'll be recorder to let me into 7. So I figured digging at that point was, the best plan to do.
So you guys haven't scheduled your game 2 matchup yet. Any idea when you guys are going to do that?
Probably some night point here. I don't know if we've exactly, you and I are going to have to talk about it. I know it'll be in the next couple of days, but I'm not sure of the exact time frame yet. Hopefully it'll be a fun one, and we'll try to give everyone as much advance notice as we can on it.
All right, well, good job here with this first game. Many props to you for finishing it out, even after Jam finished this one earlier. Go get them in game 2. Let's make this a best of 3 that is truly winning all 3 games.
That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you very much.
All right, follow both of these runners, JamEvil and fcoughlin. So, coming up next, we got some more stuff here on Speed Gaming, right, Isolated?
Yes, it looks like we've got a DKC race between 2 people that I probably don't know the names of, coming up in about 5 or so minutes here.
So we got Donkey Kong Country, that tournament coming up next. On Speed Gaming 2, there's a race going on right now, but also coming up at 11 o'clock will be the second night of the Pokemon Red tournament. that should be a lot of fun as well. For those of you looking for a link to the past randomizer, that resumes tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock as Cruel takes on AJ Neb in their round of 16 match. That's game 1 of their best of 3 series, by the way.
That should be an exciting race.
All of them really should be at this point.
Yeah, I mean, just Link to the Past randomizer is a very interesting thing. I've dabbled with it a little bit, and I've learned that I'm bad at it, but that's beside the point.
But the races here, the tournament races have really been exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
So they resume with the afternoon races coming up tomorrow and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's go ahead and step out of here, and we'll go ahead and let Donkey Kong Country take over for us. So for JamEvil, for fcoughlin, for everyone here with the Zelda 1 Randomizer crew, for Feasel, who's been running the scenes behind us, Isolated, send us on out of here, won't you, please?
All right. For my co-commentator, Adirondack Rick, I'm Isolated999. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the races going on tonight. Tomorrow, we'll see you guys at the next race.